Thank you, Amanda, for the introduction, and to all those who have worked to produce the webinar, and those of you who have stuck around until the end. I'm an archaeologist and assistant professor jointly appointed in the Joukowsky Institute for Archaeology in the Ancient World and the Department of Classics. And broadly speaking, as Amanda has said, my research focuses on trade and economic development in the Roman world, topics that I address in a variety of ways, from the excavations that I co-direct of a Roman rural estate in central Italy that's devoted to the large-scale production of olive oil, to regional scale investigations in both the Eastern and Western Mediterranean. A major aim of my research is to understand the ways in which increased maritime connectivity and imperial scale economic changes affected the lived experiences of the everyday inhabitants of the Roman world, and in turn, how these inhabitants interacted with and responded to their changing world. To this end, while at the Cogut, I'm focusing on a monograph project entitled Beyond Connectivity, the Economic Landscape of Roman Lycia. Numerous studies on Mediterranean connectivity and the economy have been published in the past 2 decades, and few scholars would deny the remarkable connectivity that characterized the Roman Mediterranean. There is, however, a striking disconnect between recognizing connectivity and exploring its economic significance, with few going beyond the macro scale of investigation. Economic trends that rise and fall within a few generations, or even centuries, are dismissed as evidence of the inherent limitations and failures of ancient economies. This approach silences the lives of countless individuals and flattens the interpretation of considerable evidence that can be brought to bear on the economic significance of connectivity. I'm interested in integrating historical debates and archaeological data, not by slotting material culture into large-scale narratives of economic growth and decline, but by foregrounding human involvement, asking questions about prosperity and quality of life, not in terms of GDP, but of the ordinary experiences of people across the social spectrum. To this end, there is a need for new questions and approaches. The ancient region of Lycia, located on the southeastern coast of modern-day Turkey, is an ideal place to investigate questions of economic activity, as its rugged landscape necessitated a heavy reliance on the Mediterranean. The stone-built cities of Roman Lycia, many of which still stand in multiple stories, convey an impression of wealth, but our understanding of the historical reality is far from detailed, as economic studies of the region are lacking. So bringing together archaeological, environmental, historical, and epigraphic data with economic theory and landscape modeling, I argue that Roman connectivity vitally changed the nature of economic life in Lycia, as enhanced super-regional trade enabled specialized local economic development. I focus much of my research on productive enterprises, arguing that it's the productive sphere that has the potential to reveal the most about the impact of connectivity on the Roman lived experience. Decisions about what to produce, or perhaps more importantly in some cases, what not to produce, involve substantial considerations of risk and investment, and had long and lasting implications for one's livelihood. And importantly, it's very clear that it was not simply the elites who were involved. Aggregate production, often occurring at the household or village scale, while often overlooked, is crucial to understanding how individuals participated in their local and regional economies. Over the course of the Roman period, many individuals and communities throughout Lycia exported certain resources for export-oriented production in order to capitalize on their position within an interconnected Mediterranean. This is not to say that all efforts were successful, but that such specialized production was possible was only because the residents of Lycia knew that their other needs could and would be supplied through trade. And importantly, this development did not occur spontaneously, nor was it dictated from above. It occurred because the inhabitants of the Roman world were aware of their economic landscape and consciously chose when and how to participate in it. And for these, connectivity and trade mattered very much indeed. Thank you.